Alright, sorry for that little blank screen there for a second. I just want to make sure I didn't double tap on it and record. But what's up, everybody? It's your boy for the shocker than any joke here with our Week 5 team builder of the RGBL. We are going against Azion and his. I literally did not pay attention to his team name. I mean, I did, but. So I apologize, but we're going against Azion here. So you guys are excited, leave a like, haven't already, subscribe if you are new, join the Push Sucker crew today because you'll be feeling the king of the crew. We are right now 4-0. We actually still have two other teams with us that are 4-0, so we're kind of putting on the pressure. We just need two more wins because it's now actually a 10-week season, not a 9-week season as last season, so I don't know, but it is a 10-week season. Get two more wins, we guarantee our spot in playoffs. We've been playing pretty good. We have been really battling the hacks because if you guys have seen my luck throughout RGBL, I had terrible, and I mean terrible luck throughout this season. Like one season we lost, we could have won one game because of if we connected with the player up, we would have won the game right there. We would have made playoffs. There was the chances from last season where we just barely on the skin of our teeth clinched playoffs, and then we got there. But we have been playing through hacks again for these last couple of weeks, and we have been dominant. We have now gone 4-0, which I am really proud. This is one of my best starts. This is kind of just how Sunset went. And you know what happened in Sunset? Week 5 was the killer. So let's see if we can break the Week 5 curse right there. I think Week 5 was also when I had that one game in the one league I'll never mention again. So I guess it's just Week 5 where I have sometimes the crumbling. And we also what happened Week 5 against Revan, on which I'm not going to talk about. I guess Week 5 is kind of like that crippler week for me. I think I lose more Week 5 than I do win. But hopefully we break the curse. I think we got a good team to do it. So looking at Azion's team though, he's got Halucha, Mudsdale, Snorlax, Kyurem, Raichu, Drapion, Mega Scizor, Gardevoir, Amoonguss, Quagsire, and Chandelure. So this is a very kind of, in my opinion, I feel like this is a really weird team. I feel like there's not really good complements to the team. There's not a lot of pieces to this team. And I don't know. I don't know if I see anything really worthwhile with this team. But we'll see where we get here. But if you guys are excited, leave a like if you haven't already. Oh, wait, I already said that. Duh. I'm stupid sometimes. But hey, we love being stupid around here. Anyways, looking at his team, I don't think he's bringing Shandy. With my Sand Core, I just feel like Shandy doesn't do anything against me. And Shandy would have to be like choice specs in order to do a lot of damage to me. And I already have stuff that can naturally outspeed Chandelure. So at the end, it's one of those things where I just cannot see him really bringing it. Quagsire, I can maybe see him bring that. I don't know if it's going to be like a focus bring that he wants to bring versus me. Just because, potential if I am Sword Dance, unaware, button, stuff like that. I don't know. Among Us could maybe be something he could bring. I don't guarantee it. It could be still because of Sleep Powder and just natural defenses and stuff. But again, it just kind of loses to a good couple of things, and plus it just gets walled by Venusaur, in all honesty. Gardevoir. Gardevoir could be something we have to be a little bit on the worry side because it could be a Trick Gardevoir, Trick 3 attacks, or Trick Calm Mind, and then Dual Stab because Dual Stab does hit our team relatively hard, relatively good too. So definitely something to note there. Actually, I want to look at something real quick. Do these two share the same base speed? 80. Okay. Just want to double check on something, but I think I no wait. Yeah. I already did something. Okay, never mind. Mega Scissor. Mega Scissor could be something that he really could bring. But here's the thing with Mega Scissor. Mega Scissor, in my opinion, has to be like very, very, very defensive if you had to be bringing that thing. And he just leaves a lot of special bulk behind right there. So, I don't know. It's his only defogger besides Halucha. So, he's definitely going to be having to focus on bringing heavy duty boots on some of his Pokemon. He's definitely going to be having to probably bring if he does bring Scizor, it's gonna be his defogger. If he does not bring Scizor and Halucha comes right there, then it's his only defogger, and then he's gonna most likely be Boots on a couple of things. So definitely something to kind of note with that. For the 6, I expect him to bring. I do expect him to bring Halucha. Halucha is a massive problem versus our team if it gets a sword stands up. However, Halucha is kind of forced into a kind of a scarf position in this type of a matchup here, just because, or it could be Power Herb, something like that as well, like Power Herb, Sky Attack with Sword Stance, acrobatics, and then drain punch, high jump kick, or close combat, whichever one it is. So definitely something that we're gonna have to really gonna be careful about because that can make Halucha very, very scary. Either we have to force it to get its unburden off, or we can just pressure it. So definitely something to note right there. Mudsdale, I think, definitely comes. Whether it brings sand or not, Munsdale is a fantastic check to sand. It's also a fantastic check to Zera Aura. It's just a very hard, menacing Mon that really is going to be a struggle for my team to break. If it's not Rindo Berry, then it basically just loses to the Zera Auras that I have, which is really good to note there. Snorlax could be a massive problem. Now, the reason why Snorlax could be a massive problem is that it could be a Curse Wax, he doesn't have any Trick Room users besides Chandelure and Gardevoir, so if he does bring Trick Room, Snorlax with a Belly Drum with Recycle would be a problem, so that's something we're going to be very careful about. But otherwise, Snorlax, it could be Thick Fat, it could be Immunity, just in case of the potential chance of the Toxic hit, and it could be Facade, so we have to be very careful not to try to personally spread Paralysis, Toxics, or Burns on it, because it could take advantage of that big power Facade it does have. Um, Kyurem is always a massive problem. Kyurem either has to be Scarf or Boots, or it could be something with Dragon Dance and then having like a Babiri Berry or Habam Berry, or maybe potentially Chopple in order to take hits. But I feel like Kyurem is really struggles with its item this week, just because there's so much that Kyurem does. And he could very well potentially not bring Kyurem, and he could bring something like Gardevoir or Scizor. And if Kyurem's not there, that's going to open a massive door for some of my Pokemon. In fact, mostly one of my Pokemon that are coming this week. Raichu, I think, is relatively good. Raichu's got really good coverage against our team. It could be Focus Sash, it could be Berry, it could be Air Balloon, and stuff like that. So I definitely do expect this to be a bit of a problem versus us, but I don't think that massive a problem, though. But definitely is something I could expect from Raichu again. Excuse me. It could be a switch out there. Now Drapion. Drapion is kind of a hit or miss Pokemon. It doesn't really be able to beat my Venusaur 1v1. It doesn't really beat my ground types 1v1 really. It's just a Pokemon that could set up this. It could be an Assault Vester, it could be Shuka Berry, it could be that. I don't know, but it's definitely one of those ones that could come, but it also very will not come. Here's the reason why I also could think it could potentially come. I recently, as you guys saw, I got Delphox and I got Spiritomb. He might need this for Delphox, because if you're looking at his team, Delphox just cleans up with Psychic and Fire Blast. There's nothing on his team that takes those hits. He needs something to come in on Fire Blast potentially and stuff like that. So definitely big. And plus, if you look at his team really, besides Scizor, does not want to take Psychic hits. So definitely something to note right there. But yeah, going into this week's team, let's go ahead and break it down. And speaking of Harry, we're bringing Harry this week. Now, I'm debating on whether or not I want to keep Trick on here. I may want to keep Trick for a couple of reasons. One reason I keep Trick, it cripples that Snorlax, it can cripple the Mudsdale, and it can just really just get rid of it too. So that's really what's really good about this. We are running Fire Blast, Fire Blast, Psy Shock, and Psychic, 72 HP, max at special attack, and 184 speed. With the speed, we are faster than Kyurem, so Scarum is Scarf. We will know that for a fact. And this is definitely going to be one of those mons I have to be very careful not to trick onto Kieran, because Kieran is specs. That could be problematic for my team. But I do have things that do outspeed it, though, which is going to be really good. I do have at least mons that can either speed tie with it, or it does overlap its speed a little bit. And I have two mons that are going to be faster, one with natural speed, and then one with a Dragon Dance, as you're going to see with spoilers in the next pick. But what I like about Delphox this matchup is Delphox kind of just gets to spam Fire and Psychic moves again. If he doesn't really have a good switch into Fire, I just spam Fire Blast. That's where I'm kind of debating on having Psychic still. Actually, I want to look at one calc real quick. Delphox with a choice specs. I should have just done this offhand. How much does a Psyshock do to Kyurem? Of curiosity, really. How much does Psyshock do? Psyshock Does about 50%, and to Mudsdale, it is going to do 31 to 36. Because, wait, Splash Shock's supposed to be defense, right? Demonstrate based on defense, not Spadef. Yeah. How does Side Shock not. So if he goes +1. How is that less damage? Side Shock's supposed to do damage based on defense, not Spadef. That's stupid. So I guess I do need to keep Side Shock Psychic here then, I guess. And pretty much again, Psychic spam is really good. I want to have another fire move here, but I don't know. I like Psyshock though because it's really good to hit Snorlax and be able to 2-hit KO Snorlax. Potentially, depending on his investment, it does 2-hit KO Snorlax. Well, if I get two massive little rolls, of course. But other than that, the reason why I'm scheduled is I don't want to have to rely on 8 Fire Blasts. So basically be able to win this game. I want to be able to lock into like flamethrowers like a safety precaution if I really wanted to instead of doing that. And I think actually now thinking about I think I'm gonna talk myself into it. I'm gonna get rid of Sight Shock and go flamethrower. Just because again, fire spam is super good this matchup. And I only really need Psychic for a few things. So it could be Thick Fat Snorlax, but again, I feel like if he's Thick Fat Snorlax, it's gonna kind of waste a lot of things and lets me toxic that thing really easily. So again, I felt like Delphox here is really, really good, and I think Delphox can put in a lot of good work for its debut match. Up next, we're bringing the Scale, Mail, or Como. Oh, here with Dragon Dance, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw. I originally did not have Dragon Claw here. I originally had Substitute, but then I was thinking to myself, okay, if I don't have Dragon Claw, what am I hitting Amoonguss with? Nothing. What am I hitting Quagsire with? Nothing. And plus, I don't want to just spam close combat as much as it's going to do a lot of damage, especially since we're having the black belt, which gives us basically kind of like a choice. It's not exactly like a choice band per se, but it's going to be like a choice band of sorts to our fighting type moves, and we have the broken fighting type move in close combat. Basically, after I get a DD up, I should be faster than every single thing on his team unless he is Scarf Lucha for one, or if he is Scarf Kyurem. And even though he's Scarf Kyurem, I still take one hit from Kyurem regardless whether it be a Dragon move or it's going to be an Ice move. Guaranteed. So I can go ahead and DD up again, go to +2, where their will be faster than Halucha again, unless it is Scarfed, which could be potential. But again, if he's not Scarfed, I'd rather also have the Dragon move just to be able to kind of spam attacks as well. I don't mind the whole probably the Dragon Fang kind of stuff like that, but I needed some offense here. Again, Gardevoir, I feel like is the only real thing I'm scared about. Other than that, I'm not really scared about Amoonguss clicking Sludge Bomb against me and stuff like that. Again, we can 2-hit KO pretty much once we get to +2, and then it basically doesn't do anything. Earthquake is really there just for the Chandelure. It's also really there just for the Raichu, so I don't get static, which could be something that he may want to bring versus me versus Lightning Rod. So I don't want to risk that. And plus, Earthquake's just a safety precaution in case some stuff's chipped down. I can click Earthquakes, which is really good. We are running enough speed to be faster than Chandelure and Gardevoir, so at +1, we are faster than them. And like I said, we'll be faster than everyone else unless it's Scarf Halucha or Scarf Kyurem in the back. So that's really good to note right there. Yeah, Black Belt, like I said, it's like a choice band for our fighting moves, which is going to be close combat. I didn't want to go. I wanted to go Drain Punch, but I felt like I needed to go really offensive, especially some of his bulky things. So, up next, we're reading Ariel this week. Our Primarine with Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, Surf, and Psychic, Max HP, 108 Special Attack, and 108 Spadef. Calm Mind basically just beats this man's team. Draining Kiss, for some reason, it does count as a physical move when doing this, by the way. I don't know why. But with a Calm Mind up, I basically can just start taking hits. And what I love about Draining Kiss, even though I would love to have Moonblast on here, I really want Moonblast on here. But again, I don't want to have to take my chances with, with having to deal with the options of what's his name, Amoonguss coming in for free on me. So I need something for Amoonguss in case Amoonguss comes. Obviously, if Amoonguss doesn't not come and we lose a game because we didn't have Moonblast, then it's gonna be on me. But again, I have to play smart. I have to prep smart. So that's why we're running max HP, 148 special defense, 108 special attack with the Calm Nature. Bring more specially defensive. He doesn't have a lot of physically offensive mons besides Halucha and maybe Drapion. But here's a good thing with having Calm Mind. Once I get Calm Mind up, unless Raichu is for some reason Life Orb or Expert Belt, Raichu does relative. Let's look at a Raichu set here. Let's look at Raichu here. Raichu, let's just say it's Nasty Plot Raichu and it's Life Orb. And we have our Primarina here, right? Let's just say we're sub. Let's say max, and then we have 148. 148. Raichu at +1, even with a Life Orb, does not 2 KO me, and at +1 with a 108. Let's look at Draining Kiss, and let's look at Surf. Surf has a chance to knock it out, and Draining Kiss 2 KOs that thing back, and we get recovery back. So basically, the damage he does to me, I get all of it essentially back. So that's what's really, really good here, because then I could just spam Draining Kiss against him. So again, Primarina basically just walls everything on his team, which I think is really good. We are reckoning leftovers, because I think like leftovers was more better to use this matchup in. So definitely looking forward to Primarina's work. We are bringing Groot. Groot's a little bit of a little risky bring, because he does have a Psychic and a Flying type. But again, I think he's got to bring one of them. I don't know if he's really going to bring both. The good news is, however, he cannot switch in his Psychic type in on me, because I do have the Poison Stab. We are running Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Earth Power, and Sludge Bomb. Max HP, pretty much max defense and 20 special attack with the Bold Nature. This is so we can take non-boosted hits from the what's his name? Halucha. Other than that, we're just a defensive tank. We basically do a lot of damage. What's really good is we can essentially beat Snorlax 1v1 with clicking Leech Seed and then Sludge Bombing. Like, we keep draining his health down, and plus he has to be forced to switching, which is really good. That's the one thing that Venusaur is going to do, is definitely go for switches, especially when we're spreading Leech Seeds around. So definitely something that's really cool about Venusaur in that type of situation right there. Up next, we're bringing my avatar, the kill leader, with 12 kills, 1 death. This guy is a monster. We're running Life Orb this week with Blaze Kick, Close Combat, Plasma Fist, and Grass Knot. 56 HP, max attack, 12 in defense, with a 128 speed, with a naughty nature. With the speed, we are faster than everything, so if something is Scarf, it will be confirmed towards us. And we are running a naughty nature over like something like Naive and stuff like that. Like, if we ran Naive or something like that, that would give us speed and give us a lot of bulk for Zero Aura, which would be really, really nice. But what's really good about Zero this matchup, there is no switch into this man's moveset. Besides maybe, just maybe, his Amoonguss. His Amoonguss is the only thing that can probably take maybe 2 Blaze Kicks. But basically, with Blaze Kick, it's just there really for maybe the Scizor, pretty much. It's also there essentially just for Amoonguss. Otherwise, I'm just Plasma Fisting everything on this man's team. And in close combating, really just the Snorlax and the Kyurem. We close combat. If he is the max defensive set with leftovers on his Mudsdale, close combat into Grass Knot 100% knocks him out, which is going to be fantastic. If he's not fully defense investment with it, but with like an impish nature, then we're going to guarantee knock him out with close combat into Grass Knot, which is going to be so good. But I do need to make sure I pay attention to Mudsdale. If I see him get the the leftover recovery, I know he's leftover. So if I don't see it, and I have to wait then see if I have either Rocky Helmet damage or if he's the Rindo Berry. Because if he's Rindo Berry, he takes a hit, knocks me out. But he could be a Resto Chesto set, which could also be something I have to be ready to look out for. But I do think he's going to be leftovers, because leftovers is more beneficial to him in this matchup. But definitely something that is the main thing that Zero is going to have to be on the lookout, and so is me, is just looking out for that item on that Mudsdale, which is going to be very, very important in this matchup. And last but not least, we're bringing type. We're bringing ground type, however, Silvally. Multi-attack, Grass Pledge, Flamethrower, and Swords Dance. Now, after looking at this set does not touch the Halucha at all. So I might get rid of Flamethrower just because I don't really need it anymore, because it would be nice to hit Scizor, but Scizor I can just be able to hit something hard. So, let's think here. What can I take advantage of that's really good to hit it from? Because I want to be able to hit it as strong as I can, you know? Like, how much is a Zen Headbutt going to do? Let's actually look at this calc. And also, I don't mind doing this live for you guys, because then you got the full, like, process of what I'm doing here. Halucha. Let's just say I'm Burn Sweeper. Let me look at Zen Headbutt here. Zen Headbutt wouldn't be too terrible. At +2, we do knock it out, and with let's just say Aerial Ace at +2, do we knock you out? With a +2, Aerialist does not have the best chance to knock you out. Amoongus. Let's say defensive. Multi-attack does 2 KO you, and Zen Headbutt still is really good too. So yeah, actually let's go with Zen Headbutt. Because again, Scizor Mega. Scizor. We still 2 KO with multi-attack, and he can't do too much to me, so yeah, I think with Zen Headbutt's going to be the play right there, but yeah. So we are running pretty much max speed. We are running a minus defensive nature. I might switch that to Spadef nature because I still want to have things like Grass Pledge. I want to have things like Zen Headbutt because Grass Pledge is really, if I'm going to be honest with you, is just there for Swampert, not Swampert, the Quagsire and the Mudsdale. Otherwise, I mean physically offensive as all heck. I would run a minus special attack nature because it would still roughly 2 KO it, but I wanted to be able to kind of just deal with it still. So I guess, actually, I guess we'll run, what are we running? Hasty, right? I guess we'll run Naive. Because this team's more, kind of has a more of a physical presence than he does of a special presence, so. And plus, Raichu wouldn't be able to touch me besides if it has Surf or Grass Knot, so. It's not end of the world type of thing if Raichu does. And plus, Raichu would also have to be. Oh, wait, no, Raichu does not have to be max speed, so. And plus, if Raichu specs, Raichu can't do anything towards my Steel Valley, so that's like a free KO right there. But that's it. And so yeah, it's gonna be the team, guys. The main purpose of this matchup is that I'm gonna have to really just pay attention to the items and just look if I see Life Orb, if I see this, if I see that. And it's definitely a few Pokemon I'm gonna have to be very much on the lookout for and stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be the team, guys. Leave a like, Kevin Ray. Sorry that I dragged up the team builder a little longer, but at least you got to see some of the thought processing and the live calculating from what I was doing here. So yeah, so we're gonna hopefully go 5-0, continue our run, and if not, this is a relatively tough match. It's not exactly the easiest match because I just don't know what he's gonna bring. And I really hope we throw him off because if you really look at his team, Sand looks incredible versus him. So I really hope we throw him off with this team. And I really hope we throw because I think he's not going to prepare for Ground Valley. I don't think he's going to really prepare too much for my potential Primarina. I don't think he's going to really prepare for Groot. I don't think he's going to be prepared maybe for my Delphox. I think there's a good couple of months. I think he's not going to fully prepare. I think he's going to be really shocked to not see Sand because I've been pretty much bringing Sand last 4 weeks. So, yeah. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Full Shocker crew, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!